Now, went over the notion of a quote high double leg, that is without hitting our knees. Pretty much in that situation, I'm still getting my head towards my partner or my opponent's side. There's another double leg that's even higher and that doesn't require you to lower your level very much, which I think is an effective technique, though probably more in jiu-jitsu or mixed martial arts, given that those opponents tend to stand up a little bit straighter. Okay, so let me demonstrate and talk a little bit about this second type of high double technique. Now, most of the time, our partner or opponent is going to be in a somewhat of a wrestling or quasi-wrestling position if it's a grappling art. And so my technique is frequently going to be to lower my level, hit my knee and come in. Or if he's up a little bit more, I might be able to just blast in without hitting my knee. An option when somebody is somewhat more upright or totally upright is to attack them not to the side and not deep but high with your head towards his sternum. What I'm going to do is, instead of thinking about the double leg and conceptualizing as a driving to the side and cutting the angle like I've been doing, what I'm going to do is drive straight through Colby. There's no change in angle on this attack. Much of my force is going to be to spear him in the sternum. The xiphoid process here, the bottom of the sternum. You want to blast your opponent right there. You want to strike him with your hairline, basically. I don't want my head down, otherwise as I come in, I'm probably going to get snapped. What I want to do is I've got to lower my level typically a little. And I'm not going to come in deep with my hands. I'm going to come in right around the back of his knees. And you're going to see my head is going, center part of my head from right to left, okay, because I'm not going to be going to the side at all. And at my hairline, wants to zap him right in the xiphoid process here. I'm going to come straight through. Notice, too, my eyeballs are up and straight ahead. I'm not like this. I'm not going to be attacking like this. I'm looking in. Keeping my neck pulled, my traps kind of tight here. And I'm going to come in. Like the alien. And I'm going to spear him. Boom. Okay? I did that fairly easy, and you heard Colby grunt there. What you want to do when you do this type of technique is you want to hit him hard in the chest, keep momentum going through him as your legs here, or as your arms are trapping his legs, and you want to drive over his legs. Again, remember the general principle. I can run faster forward than my opponent can backwards. I'm going to take advantage of that and try to outrun him. I'm going to try to slow him up by blocking behind his knees, so that's going to slow him up a little bit. And I'm going to try to blast him hard in the chest, actually slightly below the chest again, at the bottom of the sternum. Xiphoid process will sometimes knock the wind out of him. And I'm trying to, at that point, get his center of gravity behind his butt. If I can be blocking here, and I've speared him here, and I'm running in this direction, so most of my force is here going forward, and this is slower because I'm kind of blocking here. I want him to go down. But this type of technique, remember, is you've got to conceptualize it as very ballistic. It's a very ballistic technique. When my head hits his chest, it's like a punch. And that's critical. In traditional wrestling, that might be illegal. But in mixed martial arts, for example, I think that's a very good alternative because you don't have to get down quite so low. So I'm going to lower my level as I come in. And I can be using my other setups for that. But again, the position he's likely to be in is more upright in this situation. That's when this is going to present itself. And when I attack, boom, I'm going to come in really hard. Again, I'm trying to be easy on Colby here, and you can practice this type of a technique by getting like a Muay Thai chest protector here and put that around your partner to blast through. So this is one of those techniques where you got to be kind of careful with your partner, and when you're actually just sort of practicing it, you know, to be respectful of your partner and not to be brutalizing them too terribly much. But that being said, you also need to, again, have the notion that this is a very ballistic movement. Your head is basically spearing or punching your partner. So if you give your partner some protection here, you can practice just popping in. Now, to make sure that you don't have a neck injury, remember, keep your neck bulled, keep your head up, come in at the proper angle. If my head is too far back, I'm going to hurt myself. If my head is too far forward, I'm probably going to get snapped. And so you practice gradually as you get more skill and comfort with this to know kind of what that angle is, that you're not going to injure yourself or your partner. So from here. So you can just practice blasting in. Of course, I want to knock them all the way down.